I'm so sorry I didn't even see you there. How rude of me. What's up? My name is Jamie Glickman and welcome to the dressing room, or in this case, my bathroom, because this is where I get ready. So the dressing room to me is a place to get ready, get unready, to reset, and to just have fun with your fellow cast members and friends. And I just want to bring the comfort and fun of the dressing room to all of the Broadway lovers at home, because clearly we can't all be together right now because of the pandemic, but hopefully we will be able to be together soon. But in the meantime, I'm just so happy to bring all of that dressing room joy to you. So after many months of YouTube binging because of quarantine, I, was watching makeup videos and styling videos and theater videos, and I came to the conclusion that there's really not a lot of content at the intersection of theater, style, and beauty, like in that world. For the first video of this dressing room series, I'm going to show you my go-to, everyday, easy, natural, simple audition makeup look. Due to coronavirus, there is not a lot of live theater happening and not a lot of live auditions happening. I know that it's tough and it's upsetting, but it's always good to have an easy audition makeup look in your back pocket, because there will be auditions again, there will be live in-person auditions again, and this makeup look could be used for online submissions or TikTok musicals. I don't know. It could also just be a fun makeup look that you can try and wear at home or wear to the grocery store. It doesn't matter. I am not a professional makeup artist by any means, but from being in shows and being in dressing rooms, I've picked up tips and tricks here and there, and that is how I do my makeup. So that is what I'm gonna share with you, and I'm so excited. Maybe you'll learn something, maybe you won't, maybe you just wanna, watch this while you get ready or while you're having a cup of coffee. Either way, I'm very excited, and let's begin. The first step of basically any makeup routine that I ever do is moisturizing. I just feel like it makes your makeup look more glowy and natural. It's also just good for your skin, especially in the winter time when it's freaking dry and the heat is on, and I just feel like Voldemort when he's like, I use the coconut water cream from First Aid Beauty. It is my favorite moisturizer that I've ever tried. I have pretty sensitive skin and this has never broken me out. It doesn't make me feel oily. It almost feels like velvet. A little bit goes a long way. Sinks in very quickly. It's amazing. First Aid Beauty Coconut Water Cream. Yes. I'm going to be putting on this IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I love the CC Cream. I just think it's very light. Very airy, and it doesn't feel like suffocating on my face. I prefer CC creams for audition makeup just because it's definitely lighter and less visible, because you're gonna be in person, people are gonna be seeing you up close, and it's just more for that natural glowy look rather than stage makeup where you really need to lay it on thick and powder because you're under lights. I am going to take just a little bit of this CC cream and dot it on my skin, not heavily. I also love that the CC cream has SPF in it because sunscreen is very, very important. You can get sun damage even in the winter time. Bounce, 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 bounce. The beauty blender all over your face. So the next step is concealer. I feel like I've pretty much only used the Tarte Shape Tape concealer. It's very full coverage, so you really just need to use a very small amount. I take a tiny dot and do that much underneath my eyes. I'll do a little bit here, and any redness spots. Conceal, 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 conceal. Don't feel, don't let them know that you have makeup on. What I really love about the CC cream and concealer duo that I have is that it maintains that glow from the moisturizer, which is great because it just makes it look more natural, and that's the look we're going for. Next step is setting powder. This is the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder, and it is the best setting powder I've ever used ever. I learned about this setting powder when I was in college and I was doing parade, and I saw that one of the girls was using this, and I was like, why does her makeup look so good? And then I found out it was this powder. And ever since then, I've been using this powder for every show. It has made my makeup last from like 7 a.m. throughout the day to the show, throughout the show, and then like after the show. A little bit goes a long way, which I love because it makes it last a long time. Take a little bit and pat it into the skin. Don't rub into the skin because then it kind of makes all of the work that you did with the concealer and CC cream go away. Another tip I have is to focus the powder and really any product that you're putting on your face below your forehead. A lot of product ends up settling in your hairline, and I've had times where I've put way too much foundation and way too much powder on my forehead, and I just end up having this like crackly, disgusting, cakey experiment going on in my hairline, and it just doesn't look cute. And then it ends up being all different colors, and it's just you don't want to do that. I always get hairs stuck in my eyebrow spoolie brush. Does that happen to anyone else? The next step is brows. I'm going to be using the Anastasia Brow Duo in Ash Brown. There's really no technique I have for filling in brows. Really just go with the shape you like and go with the direction of your brow hair. I have pretty thin brows, so I like to kind of thicken them up on the tail end. I'm gonna go do my brows off camera and then come back. The brows are not perfect. They come out a little different every time, but that's, you know, the exciting part. You never really know how something's gonna turn out. But for the most part, these are the brows. This is them. Welcome brows. I like to take a brow gel. I use the Anastasia brow gel, which I've had for about 4 years now. I don't know how it's lasted this long. And I just brush my eyebrow hairs in the direction that I want them. The next step is bronzer. I have been loving this Sephora brand bronzer in the shade Santorini. So I'm just gonna take a little bit and pop in the cheeks and just do a light swipe of it just to look a little bit less one-dimensional from the setting powder and the CC cream and the concealer. Okay. I like to add the blush last just because it's like my favorite part. I don't know why, I just always did that. I love adding blush and I always end up adding a lot of it, but then I feel like when I look in the mirror the next minute, it's like all gone and my skin has absorbed it. I don't know if I'm like crazy or that just happens. Does that happen to anyone else? The next step is to take more of this Tarte concealer and dot a little bit on the lids just to make the eyeshadow stay longer and pop more. I love this Ofra highlighter. It is in the shade Glazed Donut, which is just fabulous. I take a little bit of it on my finger and just put it on the tops of my cheekbones. You know what? It's okay to glow. It's okay to be glowy for an audition. Put a little bit here. Put a little bit on the tip of your nose. You can even put like a tiny bit on your forehead. I feel like you can either go like way overboard with highlighter or do a little too little, but I think this highlighter just gives you the right amount of glow when you just use a little bit, and I love it. The next step is eyeshadow, and I'm going to be using this Nude Dude palette from the Balm Cosmetics. There is an eyelash glued on right there from God knows how long ago. And it looks like she has some nice armpit hair, which is great. Love that. I'm gonna take this shade Fearless and swipe it over my lid. This is a makeup look that I did pretty much every day when I was in Avenue Q at New World Stages. Since, you know, the show's not really about the performer and more about the puppet, and you know, you're supposed to be a shadow of the puppet and not be like wearing extreme crazy makeup. This makeup look was really great for that because it, you know, made my facial expressions pop but didn't take away from the puppet. It was just the perfect amount. For other shows where you need to be more glam, this wouldn't necessarily work. You would have to amp it up more. Like, we're not putting falsies on or anything like that. For the next step, I'm going to use this Milk Makeup highlighter, but I'm going to use it on the inner corners of my eye. This is just a more golden shade of highlighter, and I'm going to take some on my finger and put it on the inner corners of my eye It kind of like livens up the eye without making it too glittery. Next step is a crease. So I'm gonna go back in this Nude Dude palette and I'm gonna take just like a darker shade. I'm gonna use the shade Flawless, which as you can see, I have definitely used a lot. And I'm gonna just make a light crease. So I'm gonna go in with this fluffy brush and crease it out. You know, I love using my fingers to blend eyeshadow. I actually prefer it, but I feel like for a crease, you kind of have to use a brush. The next step that I like to do is a very thin line of liquid liner. I've tried a lot of liquid liners, and my favorite one that I've tried is this e.l.f. liquid liner. It's so cheap. They actually had it in my college bookstore in like the grab and go like checkout part. They had like a whole e.l.f. Makeup stand, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try this. And ever since then, I have used this. It stays on, it doesn't smudge, it doesn't like get on the top of your eyelid, which usually happens with other liquid liners. So I'm going to try to not breathe and do my liner. Okay, so I will go to the corner of my eye and like start with the tail and then connect. You'll just see, it's really hard to talk while doing this, but okay, just you'll see. Basically what I did is connect the top of the tail like with a straight line diagonally to my eyelid, and then I kind of just stamp on the line. I like to keep it as close to my lash line as possible because I just think it looks more natural, and that's the look we're going for. And I don't like to bring it all the way to the corner because then I find that I get like all this like black shadow eventually from just like my eyes tearing up during the day or whatever. And then I stop about half an inch to my inner corner. I just think it makes it look more natural, and that is just how I do my eyeliner. It's a dangerous game, this liquid eyeliner thing, but with practice, it ends up going better than not. The next part of this makeup look is curling the lashes. It's very important to wait for your liquid liner to dry before you curl your lashes, otherwise you're going to get black all over the eye makeup that you just did. Chillin'. Woo! I like to use a waterproof mascara for my eyelashes. I find that when I wear regular mascara, I end up getting all of this like black shadow underneath my eyes. So for the bottom, I like to like wipe off as much as possible and take the tip of the wand and just like really lightly glide it over my bottom lashes. The look is almost complete. I just don't feel complete without putting blush on. So this is the Revlon blush in the shade Marvelous, not Marvelous, Marvelous. That is literally how my family talks, like, oh my god, you look marvelous today. What's going on? You look marvelous. I like to put blush above my cheekbones. I used to put blush like right on the apples of my cheeks, but I find that if you put blush above your cheekbones, it kind of just makes your face look more like, and you know, put a little bit on the forehead, we'll put some on the nose, we'll put some here. I always end up putting more blush on, so we'll just take this in our bag to go. Now I'm going to take my hair down and just give it a little zhuzh. This is my favorite lipstick that has ever existed. This is the Maybelline matte lipstick in Touch of Spice. I mean, I'm almost done with it. I've gone through so many of them. I just find that this shade works so well. My friend has it. She has a completely different skin tone than me. It looks very different on her, but she also loves it. This lipstick blends in with your natural lip color and it adds that, as it's called, touch of spice to your makeup. I like dab it like that and then take my finger and blend it out. The last and final step of this makeup routine is a setting spray. Sometimes I use the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray or the MAC Fix Plus, but lately I've been loving this Mario Badescu, is it Badescu or Badescu? Lavender spray. It's not labeled as a setting spray, but I just feel like it hydrates my face, and with the Laura Mercier setting powder and everything that we've done, I feel like it's fine to just use this hydrating mist, so I'm going to do that. I just like inhaled it. I just got setting spray all over my turtleneck. That's fine. We'll just cover it with hair. This makeup look is also really great to wear, you know, to the grocery store, to go get yourself a cup of coffee at Starbucks. So it's not in your face, it's not crazy, but you can also wear it to an audition and feel confident and still have your natural glow shine through. Thank you so much for joining me in the dressing room. I had so much fun. I really feel like I'm just hanging out with you guys. We're just talking and chilling and just having a good time. And it makes quarantine, you know, just a little bit more fun. I have so many videos that I can't wait to share with you, and I will see you next time. Bye, Broadway World. Mwah.